everyone, it's Catherine here. Thanks for joining me on my channel. I'm here to share with you a layout I've created for Scrap the Boys for the month of July. So the challenge was a mood board challenge and we're collaborating this month with Confessions of a Paper Addict. So the challenge also included using a cut file or some cutting dies. So I've gone ahead and cut the Flutter Flutter stitch cut file. So last month on Confessions of a Paper Addict, it was very stitch focused and I had already cut this one out and I just loved it. So I am using the mood board. So I'm using the Unforgettable collection by Cocoa Vanilla Studio, and I thought I was really drawing on those sort of purpley pinks and the teal or aqua color from that mood board. So I'm creating with this background paper here, and I think it's called Sprightly. So I'm going to lay my cut file. I've just trimmed it down probably to around 11 by 11 inches, and I'm just going to lay that down on the 12 by 12 using my tape runner there. And I have stitched those sort of butterfly flourishes using a chain stitch. So that's just using the 6 strands of DMC thread in black and stitch those doing a chain stitch. So I have just mounted these other butterflies on some vellum, and I'm just going ahead and cutting this out. As you can see, I've kind of got my my scissors on a slight kind of angle, and I go ahead off camera and cut all of those out, but I just felt like the butterflies weren't quite poppy enough. So I'm using this Posca pen to color around the butterflies. Now this sort of looks awkward, but it's actually easier than you think because the cut file's raised from the from that vellum. It was reasonably easy to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and mount my photo on some scrap paper. Now this photo is a photo of Sebastian. We're out walking one day. This was taken last year, so it was during our lockdown here in Melbourne, and so we would go on a lot of these sort of nature walks, and he found this caterpillar and just mentioned how it would turn into a beautiful butterfly. So I am just roughing up the edges of those layers just to add a little bit more dimension. And I end up adding these 3 layers. So I'm going to add this Sprightly paper. Now this is from the 6x8 paper pack, but it's the same pattern just in a smaller setting. So again, just roughing up those edges. And while I'm doing that, I'll just let you know, I've left all the links to Confessions of a Paper Addict, also to Scrap the Boys for this month. So the mood board is gorgeous. So please go ahead and join the Facebook group and you'll be able to enter this fun challenge. So I'm taking this paper because I wanted the word beautiful and I didn't want it to be too big. So I'm just going to fussy cut that out, and that's going to form part of my title. I really wanted some scripty font in there. I'm just going to go ahead though and glue these butterflies down. So I'm just gluing around the edges of sort of the butterfly body because I want the wings to stand up or look like they've got some dimension, and they really do. I'm sure once I put them in the plastic pocket in the album, like it'll flatten, but they really have some lovely dimension there. And I decided to put my photo in that bottom left-hand corner as it was sort of the way that Seb was looking up in the photo. So it was sort of drawing your eye across the page. And I'm going to go ahead and take these Kaiser Craft sort of tiny alpha stickers, and I'm just going to spell out this will be a beautiful butterfly. So these were a bit fiddly and didn't have a lot of stick, so don't make you watch me place all of these out. And I do go ahead and just sort of align them with my T-square ruler off camera. As you can see, I've been using my T-square ruler there. And I really like how this title turned out, actually. I was really surprised. I wasn't sure how it'd go, but yeah, I really like it in that sort of part there. So now I'm going to go ahead and embellish, and I'm just pulling out my box of little die cuts and, ephemera pieces. Sorry, that's a little bit out of camera up there, but there's another little butterfly tag that I'm putting in the top right hand corner. Now I'm just going to go, and these butterflies were fussy cut from one of their 6x8 papers in the paper stack, and so I'm just going to go ahead and sort of place some of these around, and I'm adding another little banner piece there to the top right hand corner. I'm going to use that label piece at the edge of my photo there, and I'll add some tiny words later, but I like how this is coming along together. You know, it is that thing of like, you know, the cut file really does all the hard work for you. So I don't use a lot of embellishments here because the cut file is doing such a great job of that. So I'm going to use that flare badge there just with the butterfly on it, and I'll stick that down with some foam adhesive in a moment. And I'm just adding that sticker down the bottom, and again with the butterflies I'm going to just run a little bit of glue in the body of the butterfly so that the wings stand off the page a little bit. And I'm just using some foam adhesive here to stick down that flare badge, and then I will go ahead and put down some foam adhesive at the back of that photo because the stitching's raised. It needed a little bit more around the photo to hold it level, and I'm just going to stamp the date here, and I do some messy stamping, and then I think I'm almost done. So I'm just going to add some Jen Hadfield Gold Mist and sprinkle that around the page. So thank you very much for joining me. Go and check out all the links below to the blog, and I'll leave you with some close-ups at the end. I hope you get a chance to create for Scrap the Boys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.